At 3:30 in the morning, during a violent storm, a 9-year-old girl who was terrified of the dark packed her backpack, opened her front door, and walked into the night. She was never seen alive again, and to this day, no one knows why she left or what happened to her. Shelby, North Carolina, a small town where neighbors knew each other's names and children played freely in safe neighborhoods. In 1990, Harold and Asha Degree welcomed their daughter into the world. They named her Asha, a name that means hope in Sanskrit and life in Swahili. By all accounts, Asha was the kind of child every parent dreams of raising. She excelled in 4th grade at Falston Elementary School, earning a spot on the honor roll and being named Student of the Week so many times her parents lost count. She never missed a day of school. She finished her homework the moment she got home. But Asha wasn't just a good student. She was an athlete, the star point guard for her elementary school's basketball team, the Falston Bulldogs. Competitive, driven, talented. She loved gospel music and would sing loudly in the car with her family, though she was too shy to perform in front of others. The Degree family was close-knit and deeply religious. Every Sunday, they attended Macedonia Missionary Baptist Church. Asha's grandmother and aunt lived on the same street, just across from their home on Oakcrest Drive. The children, Asha and her older brother O'Brien, spent their afternoons with family when their parents were at work. Harold and Aquila were protective parents. They didn't have a computer in their home, fearful of the dangers lurking online. They monitored what their children watched on television. Their world revolved around 3 things: family, church, and school. Those who knew Asha described her as cautious to the point of being fearful. She was terrified of dogs. She was afraid of thunderstorms. She was scared of the dark. She wouldn't even open the front door for extended family members without asking her mother's permission first. This fear, this caution, this sheltered upbringing makes what happened next completely inexplicable. February 11th, 2000 was a Friday. A teacher's workday meant no school for Asha and O'Brien. The siblings spent the day with their aunt, later heading to basketball practice together. Saturday, February 12th, brought both children's basketball games. Asha's team, undefeated for the season, suffered its first loss. Worse still, Asha had fouled out, unable to finish the game alongside her teammates. For the competitive 9-year-old, this was devastating. Teammates had to console her. Her mother had to calm her down. Asha took losses hard. She hated to lose. But by the next day, Sunday, February 13th, she seemed fine. The family attended church that morning at 11 a.m., as they always did. Afterward, they had lunch at Asha's aunt's house, spending the afternoon together as a family. That evening, they returned home. Harold prepared for his second shift job at PPG Industries while Aquila stayed home with the children. It was a normal Sunday evening. Asha showed no signs of distress, no indication that anything was wrong. Then the storm came. That night, severe weather swept through Cleveland County. Heavy rain lashed the windows. Thunder cracked across the sky. Lightning lit up the darkness in terrifying flashes. The power went out. Asha, frightened by the lightning, came out to the living room where her family had gathered. They watched television together until the power was restored. Eventually, she went back to bed, sharing a room with her brother O'Brien, as she always did. Around midnight, Harold checked on both children before going to bed himself. Both were asleep in their beds. It was the last time anyone would see Asha Degree. At 5:45 a.m. on February 14th, 2000, Valentine's Day, and Harold and Aquila's wedding anniversary, Aquila woke to prepare the children for school. Because of the power outage the night before, the children hadn't been able to take their evening baths, so she started drawing one for them. At 6:30 a.m., she opened the door to their bedroom to wake them. O'Brien was in his bed, covers pulled up as usual. Asha's bed was empty. Aquila called for her daughter. She searched the house. She checked the family cars. Nothing. She woke Harold. "I can't find Asha." Harold suggested she might have gone to his mother's house across the street. Aquila called. Her sister-in-law said Asha wasn't there. "That's when I went into panic mode," Aquila would later recall. By 6:40 a.m., police were on the scene. By 7 a.m., Aquila's frantic calls had awakened the entire neighborhood. Friends, family, neighbors, everyone canceled their Valentine's Day plans to search for the missing girl. The pastor and clergy from their church came to support the devastated family. Hundreds of volunteers combed the area. Police dogs were brought in, but they couldn't pick up Asha's scent. As the day wore on, police investigated Asha's room and discovered something chilling. Multiple items were missing. Her black backpack, family photos, her Tweety Bird purse and overalls, a pair of jeans with a red stripe, her black sneakers, a white long-sleeved shirt, her basketball uniform, and her house key. She had packed. She had planned this. But why? Then the tips started coming in. Two motorists contacted the police after seeing the news coverage. They'd been driving on Highway 18 around 4 a.m. that morning when they saw something that had seemed strange at the time, but they hadn't reported it. A small child, walking alone, in the pouring rain, on a dark highway, in the middle of the night. One driver, concerned for the child's safety, had turned his car around to check on her. But when he approached, the little girl, matching Asha's description perfectly, ran off the road and disappeared into the woods. The driver couldn't see her anymore. The woods had swallowed her whole. That was the last confirmed sighting of Asha Degree. 3 days later, on February 17th, investigators made a discovery at Turner's Upholstery, a business along Highway 18 near where Asha had been seen. In a tool shed behind the building, they found a pencil, a marker, and a Mickey Mouse hairbell. They belonged to Asha. Candy wrappers were also found in the shed, suggesting someone had been sheltering there. Had Asha stopped arrest? Had she been waiting for someone? 18 months passed. Investigators pursued thousands of leads. The case went national. Appearances on Oprah, The Montel Williams Show, America's Most Wanted. Age-progressed photos were created. Billboards went up across North Carolina. But there was no sign of Asha. Then, in August 2001, construction workers building an access road off Highway 18 in Burke County, more than 26 miles north of where Asha was last seen, made a disturbing discovery. Buried in the ground was a backpack, a black backpack, with a name and phone number written on it. Asha Degree. The backpack had been carefully wrapped in 2 black plastic trash bags and buried deliberately. Inside were some of Asha's belongings, but there were also items that didn't belong to her. A library book, McElligott's Pool by Dr. Seuss. It had been checked out from Falston Elementary School's library. And a concert t-shirt, New Kids on the Block, with a distinctive red collar. Asha's family had never seen this shirt before. It wasn't hers. The FBI took the backpack to their laboratory in Quantico, Virginia for forensic analysis. They performed DNA testing on the contents, and they found something. DNA from 2 individuals other than Asha, a man named Russell Bradley Underhill, and DNA linked to a Cleveland County family, the Deadmans. For years, this information remained confidential as investigators built their case. But the backpack, carefully buried, deliberately concealed, told investigators one thing they had feared all along. Someone else had been involved. Someone had taken that backpack from Asha. Someone had hidden it. Someone knew what happened to Shelby's sweetheart. For over 2 decades, the Degree family never gave up hope. Every year, they organized a walk from their home to a billboard on Highway 18 featuring Asha's photo. The reward for information grew to $25,000, then $75,000, and eventually $100,000. In 2015, the FBI officially joined the investigation with renewed resources and modern technology. In 2016, they released new information. Witnesses had reported seeing a young girl being pulled into a green 1970s-era vehicle, possibly a Ford Thunderbird or Lincoln Mark IV, around the time of Asha's disappearance. Investigators never stopped working on the case. And in September 2024, everything changed. The FBI and the Cleveland County Sheriff's Office executed search warrants on multiple properties belonging to Roy and Connie Deadman and their family. From one property on Cherryville Road, investigators seized a green 1960 Ford AMC Rambler, remarkably similar to the vehicle described by witnesses in 2016. Court documents revealed shocking information that had remained secret for years. DNA evidence from Asha's buried backpack had connected to Annalie Deadman Reyes, who was 13 years old in 2000 and Russell Underhill, a man who had lived in facilities operated by the Dedman family. But investigators focused their attention on two of Roy Dedman's other daughters, Lizzie Foster and Sarah Capel. In February 2000, they were 16 and 15 years old, respectively. Then came the most explosive revelation. In September 2024, a man came forward to detectives. He said that in the mid-2000s, he had occasionally attended parties with the Dedman sisters. At one party, he witnessed Lizzie Dedman sobbing uncontrollably. According to his statement, she made several declarations that she had killed Asha Degree. In February 2025, investigators reapproached Lizzie Foster, now an adult. She agreed to take a polygraph examination. When asked if she was concealing information about Asha's disappearance, the test indicated she was being deceptive. Following the polygraph, Foster immediately called her ex-husband and spoke with him for more than 45 minutes. Investigators noted that he has been uncooperative in the investigation. Court documents from 2024 made another heartbreaking confirmation. For the first time, investigators officially stated they believe Asha Degree is a victim of homicide and that her body was concealed. The investigation remains active. In April 2025, multiple agencies searched additional properties in Lincoln County, though the current property owner was not connected to the investigation. Cell phones belonging to Roy Dedman, Lizzie Foster, and Sarah Capel have been seized. The Dedman family, through their attorney, has maintained they have no connection to Asha's disappearance. No arrests have been made. No human remains have been recovered. But investigators say they are closer than ever to solving this 25-year-old mystery. 25 years later, fundamental questions remain unanswered. Why would a 9-year-old girl who was terrified of the dark leave her home at 3:30 in the morning during a violent storm? Why would she pack a bag days in advance? Why did she run from the motorist who tried to help her? Who gave her the New Kids on the Block t-shirt found in her buried backpack? Why was she seen walking toward Shelby instead of away from it? And most importantly, where is Asha Degree? Asha will be 35 years old today. Her mother, Aquila, has said she still believes her daughter is alive. "I do not believe she is dead," she told reporters in 2020. "And I know someone knows something." The Degree family continues their annual walk. They continue to hope. They continue to search for their daughter, their sister, their Shelby's sweetheart. Somewhere, someone knows what happened to Asha Degree on that stormy Valentine's Day morning in 2000. Someone knows why a scared little girl walked into the darkness. Someone knows where she is. If you have any information about the disappearance of Asha Degree, please contact the Cleveland County Sheriff's Office at 704-484-4756 or the FBI at 1-800-CALL-FBI. You can also submit tips online at tips.fbi.gov. Information can be reported anonymously. There is currently a $100,000 reward for information leading to solving this case. This has been the story of Asha Degree. Thank you for watching.